Hi, Thoufeeq. Thank you so much for accepting the interview request. So we can start the interview by introducing yourself. You can talk about your background and yeah, how you got the admission here at NYU. So yeah, please.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Agnes. Thank you for inviting me to your channel. And I'm truly humbled and honored to be here. And first, I will start by introducing myself. My name is Thoufeeq. I'm hailing from Kottayam district of Kerala. I did all my preliminary education from my hometown, which is Tibeta. And after my plus two, I moved to IIRBS, which is Institute for Integrated Programs and Research in Basic Sciences, which is an inter-university center in Mahatma Gandhi University campus. That was actually an integrated MSc program, but we had the option to, skip the program by the completion of BSc if you are getting admission to some good institutions. So I qualified IIT JAM examinations by the end of a bachelor's program and I got admissions to IIT Madras for their MSc chemistry program. And on 2022, I moved to Chennai for doing my master's. And when I was in the last semester of MSc, I got admission to New York University through this global PhD fellowship program. And currently, I'm doing my PhD in chemistry at NYU. And currently, I'm in my second year. Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain a little more about the application process in NYU?
Yeah. So NYU is a unique university. It is recognized as a global university. It has many campuses across the globe. The main campus is in Manhattan, but it has branch campuses in Abu Dhabi, Shanghai, and many academic centers at Tel Aviv, London, Germany, etc. So when the application process is just similar as that of most of the US universities, from August last week to December first week, they will open up the application portal. So for there are some minimum requirements like we need to have some valid TOEFL score at the time of application. And before COVID, this GRE examination was mandatory, but now it's not mandatory for almost all the US universities. And also, we should have at least three recommendations per application, just like the case of most US universities. So if you're and about the GPA, some universities will say like they have some minimum GPA requirement, but personally, I don't believe like GPA is a significant factor for determining like whether you will get the position or not. It's a factor, but it's one of the many factors that is gonna decide your final outcome of the application. So if you have some reasonably good GPA, and if you have some research experience from some kind of internships or some kind of project like your master's thesis and all, then yeah, you can try your luck. You can apply uh, to any of the US universities. And specifically to NYU, at the time of application, they will ask for which campus we are preferring, like to proceed with our research. So the NYU Manhattan campus, NYU Abu Dhabi, and NYU Shanghai campus, this all three campuses are offering PhD positions for almost all the science and engineering programs. So we have the option to select the campus, and there will be some statement of purpose and research statement that we also need to submit at the time of application. And we are just submitting the application within the deadline, and by January last week or February first week, we will get the final offer letter. But unique to NYU Abu Dhabi means my scholarship program is called the Global PhD Fellowship Program, which means like the first year we need to completely stay at New York campus. Then on the consecutive years, we will move to the respective campuses. So if you are trying to get into NYU Abu Dhabi, then there will be a physical interview round. So if you are shortlisting after the first round, then they will invite us to visit the campus physically. They will take care of all the expenses like flight expenses, accommodation, and all. So we will come to the university, we will interact with the faculties, and there will be a physical interview round, and they will test us in terms of how we are communicating, how is our science knowledge, and after that, we will get the final offer letter. Yeah, that's the general procedure.
Okay, if I am right, so for every university, sorry. for every campuses of NYU. So the application portal and application process is the same, right?
Yeah, yes. The application portal is it's like a unified one. Like irrespective of the campuses, we are submitting the application to the common NYU PhD application portal. And at the time of application, we can choose the campus. That's all. There are no separate applications for each campuses.
Can you explain about the structure of your PhD? Is it the same like other USA universities, or is there any difference for NYU?
Yeah, so the structure is 95% similar to all the US PhDs.
Yeah.
Like we will have the F1 visa valid for all the 5 years because, in the US PhD, we have some evaluations like the first year evaluation. We need to present some seminar in between the PhD. We need to take some qualifying examinations. So all these evaluations will be happening at the New York. So, you know, not frequently, but very often we are flying to New York for many things. Um, so even if we are in Abu Dhabi, you know, the visa will be valid for 5 years. And what was the question actually?
Yeah, about the structure of your PhD.
Okay, so about the structure, first year we are completely spending in New York and we are primarily taking the coursework. And if you are interested, we can take the teaching assistantships. In NYU, this TA-ship is not mandatory, and they will give additional payments for this teaching assistantship. So if you really want some money, and if you're really interested in teaching, we can take teaching assistantship along with the coursework when we are in New York.
I think
And
it's
after
different from
first
other
year,
universities.
yeah, it's very different from other US universities because for other US universities, not all, but for most of the US universities, the TA-ship is mandatory and your stipend is primarily coming from the TA-ship that we are doing. But in NYU, the stipend is fixed. It's not at all related with whether you are doing this teaching assistantship or not. If we are interested, we can do, and they will give additional payment for that. If you are not interested, then we can focus on the research and coursework alone. So that's the system of first year. And after first year, we will come back to UAE and we will start our research works with the assigned lab. So for all the remaining 4 years, we will be at UAE. But as I said, for some evaluations and for some doctoral committee meetings, we need to fly to New York. And yeah, that's all the procedure. And finally, the degree that you are going to get will be a US degree, which is approved by the Middle States Commission. Because the first year we were in New York and we are going to UAE in a study away mode. So on the visa, there will be always like we are in study away, but we are affiliated to the New York campus. So the degree that you are going to get will be the US degree, irrespective of the campuses. And yeah, that's how the general timeline of this global PhD fellowship program.
Yeah. How long it is? 3.5 years or 5 years?
Yeah, so like all the US PhDs, they are telling like it's 4 to 5 years. The minimum is 4 year and the maximum is 5 year. But if you are not completing within 5 years, then there will be some option to extend the fellowship to 1 more year, and that is the maximum. So it's like 4 to 5 years, and if you're not completing, maybe 6 years. But we will get the stipend for, you know, for all the years, like for maybe until 6 years.
Yeah. So what is your research is about? I know that you are doing PhD in chemistry, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I saw some picture of you in the NYU website. So what is that about?
Yeah. So my PhD is in chemistry, and specifically I'm doing my research in organic chemistry. So organic chemistry is a kind of pure synthesis. We are synthesizing some molecules and we are analyzing its potential properties such as catalytic activity and all. So catalysis means we are trying to speed up the rate of a chemical reaction. And if you're increasing the rate of some industrially relevant or biologically relevant reaction using a molecule that we are synthesizing, then that will be something big. So that's our group is primarily interested in. Means, for example, suppose if we are taking the crude oil and how we are converting the crude oil to petrol through some chemical reactions that we are doing. And if we can increase the rate of that chemical reaction, then we can increase the rate of production of petrol from the crude oil. So we need some specific molecules as the catalyst for those kind of phenomena. And our group is really interested in developing suitable catalysts for speed up the rate of some industrially relevant or biologically relevant reactions. Yeah.
Okay. I hear that in organic chemistry, it is really difficult to publish papers. Is it true? So, what is your opinion?
Uh, yeah, in my opinion, it is somewhat true compared to other fields in chemistry. Organic chemistry is much more experimental. Theories are there, but it's very minor. It's almost 99% experimental. We are synthesizing the molecule, we are characterizing it, and we are publishing the molecules that we are synthesizing along with
Yeah.
properties. So this analytical thing is very minor in organic chemistry because of this too much experimentality in the research that we are doing. So it will take a lot of time, in my point of view, to get a reasonable research not research to a reasonable outcome from the research that we are doing, but it really depends upon the specific field you are working on in organic chemistry. So it is somewhat true, like it will take time to get the result in organic chemistry, but uh, it will not matter, I think, because if you are looking for some postdoctoral positions in organic chemistry, or if you are looking for some assistant professorship in organic chemistry, they can understand like in organic chemistry it's somewhat difficult to get the paper and they will analyze based on that if I'm true.
Mm. Yeah. So, do they have, in way you have any requirement for publishing this many papers to get your PhD?
No, NYU don't have any minimum paper requirement or something like that. But generally, this global PhD fellowship students in NYU Abu Dhabi are publishing like 3 to 4 papers per one PhD. So there are no minimum requirements. I personally know students who don't have any publications, but still they are getting their PhD degree. So it's not there are no minimum requirements in NYU.
Okay. And yeah, do you have any advice to give any a PhD aspirant who want to work in organic chemistry or in your university? So, you have any advice to give them?
Yeah, so my advice is, this research experience is very important before applying to the PhD position. Even if you have low GPA, but if you have some good research experience, if you have some paper, then you can boost up your CV definitely. But even if you don't have some paper, if you have some good research experience through some kind of internships or through some kind of master's thesis or bachelor's thesis, that's really important. That can really boost up your CV because PhD is a research position, so they will definitely test your research caliber at the time of interview or while analyzing your statement of purpose or research statement. So in my personal point of view, try to get some research experience before applying to the US universities to impress the admission committee and you know don't feel anything like inferiority complex like I'm getting so many mails like or I'm getting so many Instagram texts like am I eligible or am I good enough to apply to this program and all. So there is nothing like that. If you have some reasonable GPA that you can maintain if you are reasonably studying during your master's or bachelor's, and there is always some option to get the research experience by contacting the professors in ISERs or IITs or IACs or NITs, whatever. So it's achievable. Like it's not like something big or something impossible. So if you have the will to do hard work, then it's nothing. It's really possible. And try your luck. That's my advice.
Uh, yeah, and what's your plan after your PhD? So, I know that this is not the best time to ask this question, but I'm just asking because I'm curious to know.
Yeah, so it's only my second year of PhD, but definitely I want to be in academia if it's possible. But I don't know whether my perspective will change by the end of PhD. But as of now, I am really interested to be in academia as an assistant professor or as some kind of independent researcher. And I really want to be in UAE. So my primary country of preference will be UAE because of many factors. So yeah, that's my ambition to remain in UAE and in some academic fields.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So I think we have covered almost everything, right? From the
Yeah.
starting to the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.